Mark Mancari is being recalled from Portland as well tomorrow. Mike Greer suffered a lower body injury in today's game against Philadelphia. Don't know the severity of it other than that he's not going to play tomorrow. And it's been a bit of a discussion about who was going to get the nod for the Sabres. Paul Byron's name was thrown out there because he played pretty well in his tenure. I think he got 8 games. Luke Adams' name was thrown out there. He's a big body and he brings some help at center, which we kind of need with Jochen Hecht out. And I believe Colin Stewart was the other name being thrown out there because with Greer missing time, you want somebody that can fill in on the penalty kill. Because with Hecht and Greer being hurt, our top 4 penalty killers in terms of time are in no particular order. They're Connolly, Pominville, Gaustad, and completely blanking on the 4th forward. It's Connolly, Pominville, Gaustad, and Rob Niedermeyer actually is the 4th one, with Patrick Coletta coming in 5th. And they're pretty decent penalty killers, but I think you always want fresh bodies that can kill penalties capably, so you can change as much as you need to. But it's going to be Mark Mancari. My guess is that the Sabres like his size, and he's played okay at the NHL level. I don't know if you can say that he's been better than Adam. My feeling on Adam is just not yet. I felt he looked pretty poor defensively earlier in the season when he was on the ice. I think he was playing a lot of shifts with Pominville and Ennis, and that line was just awful in terms of defense. They made me shit my pants every time they were out there. And so I'm not sad to see him staying in Portland, but the flip side of that is Mark Mancari any better defensively? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't have enough of a read on Mancari at this point to really give an opinion on him. I know he hasn't been good enough to make the team out of camp, which is pretty telling. I know that he tends to come up, tally a few points in his first couple games, and disappear for the rest, which is... we already have that. We call it Drew Stafford. But on the flip side, he brings a heavy shot. He brings more offense than Greer would have given us. He brings a big body. Whether or not he uses it is a different question. And I think a better ability for Lindy Ruff to roll 3 scoring lines the way he wants to. I don't know who Mancari's going to play with. Maybe Paul Gaustad and Cody McCormick, Patrick Coletta. Not exactly a scoring line per se, but more of a scoring line than having Mike Greer out there with Niedermeyer and Goose. And finally, the next Sabres game. And actually not tomorrow's game, but I'm going to talk about the next Sabres game that I'm going to, because this is about me, and I'm not talking about myself. I will be in Buffalo on the 15th, and actually before I get into that, I'm going to kind of walk down a little side route here. I say in Buffalo because I don't live in Buffalo. I live in Syracuse, about 2 hours east of Buffalo, which sucks because I want to live in Buffalo. I want to work in Buffalo. If I have to die, I want to die in Buffalo. Pretty sure I'm going to have to. And going to games is a little bit bigger of a deal for me because of the drive, because it takes that much more planning and effort and time and desire to be there. I'll be honest, some days the 2-hour drive looks and feels like it's 6 hours, and some days I'm excited and it feels like it's half an hour. But so games are kind of a big deal to me. I go to about 10 a year. This is actually, I bought tickets that weren't a part of my mini pack for this game, so I think I'm on pace for 13 or 14 this year, which is pretty awesome. And that date is March 15th, home against the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a Tuesday, which means nothing to me because I don't work. Hooray. And like I said, I didn't have tickets for the game. Again, Phil over at Black and Blue and Gold was like, people are going to this game and tickets are cheap as hell on StubHub and you should go. And well, I can't argue with that logic. Pretty much anytime somebody tries to talk me into going to a Sabres game with Sabres fans, I can be made to agree without much effort, and Tuesday is no different. I will be taking my girlfriend Abby, and most likely, unless she has some kind of conflict with school or work, which is doubtful. And I'm excited. It'll be an important game. Well, maybe not. I'm going to turn around and check my calendar here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games until that night. So maybe the Sabres will go 0-5, or the Sabres will go 5-0, and the Kings will go 5-0, and it won't be an important game because the Sabres will have what would that give us? 8 points on the Hurricanes heading into that game. So I think that's the best case scenario, but odds are they'll probably be within a couple points of each other, and it'll probably be a winner takes that playoff spot type of game. So I'm excited. I've already seen this beat the Canes once, so hopefully I'll see it again. I'm sitting in 312, the best section in 300s. I am 2-0-0 there, knock on wood. I've seen Pominville score 4 goals in 2 games there, which is funny because that's the section that the Pominville population sign sits in, knock on wood again. So hopefully that trend can continue, and if you want to meet up with me on Tuesday, just leave a comment, get at me on Twitter, on my blog, on Facebook, via cell phone, whatever, and I'll be more than happy to do so. And I think that'll be all for this podcast, as I've rambled on for probably close to 20 minutes now, which is going to fuck me with the YouTube upload because I'm going to have to do it in 2 parts, but it's been fun, and I hope to do this again.